Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday night, or late afternoon, I suppose, which now means we are starting with our R1 chats, our live music podcast interview type thing that we will see. And joining us tonight is someone we're playing with on Saturday night, this Saturday, at the Sandpiper in Ilfracombe. Tonight we have. I mean, you can introduce yourself. Who do we have? Introduce.
Callaghan.
Okay. Well, it's great to have you on.
Nice to be here,
tonight.
man. I mean, my pleasure.
Especially after short notice. I only messaged you yesterday because we're
That's cool.
we're like we need to go live, and all the other boys in the band aren't free, unfortunately. So otherwise it would have been that, but it was nice last minute, which is great. Reason we got you on, we're playing with you on Saturday in Ilfracombe at Sandpiper.
Yeah.
Which is what we normally do. We normally get people we're playing with on. It's normally people we haven't played with before, but we have actually played with you before. However long ago it was. How long ago was it now?
It could be October, I think.
Yeah, quite a while back. Which was also at the Sandpiper, wasn't it? When we played with you last October. Quite the while ago. Oh, he's getting extreme close up. We're going for extreme close up.
No, I just picked it up because my speaker's a bit weird on this. So
no,
yeah,
right.
yes.
We are going. Right. We will get into some of the questions that we have ready to go. I've already sent you a preloaded question, but we'll wait.
Yeah.
To get to that one. We'll wait to get to that one. So we'll start off with some nice easier questions for on the spot. So I wanted to start with. Normally we start with how do you get the name for the band or the artist, but I'm guessing. So your name is very self-explanatory. It's just your name, I'm guessing.
Oh, I just lost you there, but on volume. Sorry, hang on.
That's all right.
That's me. That's it. Yeah. Are you there?
Are you there? Can you hear me now?
There's perfect. I'll be bloody Bluetooth on. Sorry about that.
That's all right. No worries. So
there you go. It's better.
What we normally start with, as well as we'll go back. What we normally start with is how the band got the name, but obviously the name for you is just your name, isn't it? As far as I'm aware, that's not a stage name.
It's my original last name, but the first name is a stage name.
Oh, is it?
I was kind of forced to go into it 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Because my real name is Katie. Don't tell anyone. No, but it was a business decision about 30 years ago for me.
Oh,
to put Kai, because it was a unusual name, and I was down in a foreign country, so kind of it was a way to get known. Yeah.
That's all right. And what foreign country was that?
Portugal.
And then were you doing music and everything over in Portugal?
Yeah, man. I mean, I sort of like travelled through Europe busking back in when I was like late 20s.
Yeah.
And then, to speak frankly, I sort of found I took a long time, 3 months to go through Europe, backpack in a tent.
Yeah.
And a guitar, really the backpacker experience, And then I ended up in a place called Lagos on the Algarve, Western Algarve, which is the southernmost part of Iberia. And it was a French guy that said to me, hey, you should sort of like do something to become locally famous. And so the idea was to change my name which is Keith as my given name.
Yeah.
Right. And he says, well, keep it similar. And I remember picking up this name from when I was a kid, reading a book about this sort of this survivalist sort of fantasy book I was reading called Kai Wolf. I thought, oh, shit, I'll have some of that because I'm literally surviving it, going from camping in bushes and stuff. And it just sort of worked out. It just sort of caught on.
Yeah.
I was quite lucky. Yeah.
It's a good way to go when everyone's got a nice little story for how they got their name. Even though your name is kind of your name, but
yeah, my nieces still call me Uncle Keith.
Yeah.
But weirdly, my nephews who have visited me and seen me play live call me Kai. So
do you prefer
it's one of those,
or do you prefer the Keith?
Kai.
Yeah.
I only do it for sort of like dental appointments.
Yeah. when they call your name,
and they're
it's
like,
like, I don't know who that is. I was like, oh, that's me.
hey man, I could, honestly, I was like that. You could literally say it to invite him. I wouldn't even look round. He got that much. Yeah, so I'm kind of used to it. But I'll be back in England for a while now.
Yeah.
So.
And they do it quite well over in Portugal, from what I've heard, because my parents go there a lot, and they, you know, when you're out on the streets and everything, there's always buskers, and they're always playing until like 2, 3 in the morning and everything on there. They don't stop until all the people go. And
in the good old days, it was like that. But that's basically how I come, because I was like a session musician in England in my 20s.
Yeah.
And I always had a day job or a night job, you know. And when I went abroad, music was my only job. But I started literally from the street, literally hand to mouth. I mean, you couldn't be more hand to mouth than I was.
Yeah.
And the first time I played in when I got to Portugal, and I remember busking in the street, and I made 2,000 scooters, the old money, and I thought, well, hey, have my guitar, I'm rich, you know, take it. It's like, well, it's about £8, you know.
Yeah.
So that's how I was living from day to day to day to day, and then to end up from that to doing 4 or 5-star hotels and radio show and all that was quite the thing. I raised a family there as well. I had a daughter down there and stuff.
Nice.
So it was quite. It was a good journey.
It was good. What what were you playing over there? Were you just doing singing, songwriting with a guitar, or like a band?
Before I left England, it was all original. You know, really, well, living the dream. You know, trying. But as it was at the time. People on holiday didn't want to hear covers.
Yeah.
So I basically put my ass in the air. I've just been a musical prostitute. Yeah, but I had to make a living.
Yeah.
So the thing is, on the street, I'll be busking things like Bob Marley and whatnot, Irish songs, because I'm Irish mostly. I know I've got an English accent, but I was raised in England, you see. Yeah. So it's sort of like pop songs, whatever. Don't worry, be happy. You know, things that really make people feel good, and they give you money. And then I developed that into sort of like, I used to have a passion for heavy metal, passion for techno, and a secret passion for love songs. Don't tell anyone, you know what I mean? Because all my mates are Hell's Angels and stuff back in the day. So you couldn't really crack that bit out. So I started at dinner tables, just playing stuff that, you know, people don't eat to.
Yeah.
And then go around with the hat. And then from there, I got equipment, headset, mic, you know what I mean? And so I do like, really serious sets of love songs on the way to a gig in the street in Lagos, but it's not just busking waiting for people to go by. You're right in front of 60 people.
Yeah.
At posh tables, and you I thought this is good money. Then I sort of recorded myself, bought myself an 8-track, recorded a CD of them, and Jesus, just sold loads, you know. And then on the way to a gig, don't forget I had a young family at the time. You know what I mean? So I had to make the cash in the summer.
Yeah.
And so you'd start the gig at 10. By the time you turned the gig, you'd have like 100 quid or so, 100 euros. Yeah. So the gig would pay, it's all about tips down there, isn't it? And I just I took it from there, really. Then I joined rock bands and other things where it all stemmed from busking, man.
Yeah.
All of it.
That's crazy. And do you have like a different, not vision, what am I saying? Like a different relation to those like songs now, kind of thing? Is it when you hear those covers and that, do you hate them, or is it more like, that's what I did for money? And
I just like to say that if I have to play Lady in Red one more time, I'll kill every single person in the room and stuff my own throat afterwards. Apart from that, I'm fine, man. No problem, man. Very cool. One thing that used to get me, because I used to because it was full on. It was hard. It was full on, man. As a one-man show, they'd asked me doing 4-hour shows, you know, in Albufeira, which is like Portugal's Benidorm.
Yeah. Basically,
it's like Blackpool in the sun. And one thing I couldn't stand this. Hey, mate, play Wonderwall. Yeah. So in the end, I just couldn't, you know. And it's not. And something about my mates here. They have like gigs every weekend, which I don't. That's great. But down there, I was literally work. They'd get like 4 gigs a month, and I was getting 4 nights off a month. So it was every night of the week. It was really full on. You know, it's a lot of work. I'd say about 7,000-8,000 gigs area.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's bad.
I think so. Just by aggregate, Callum. Just by sort of on average.
Yeah.
It'd be, but yeah. So I got a little burnt out, and the pandemic, I was the only one going, hey, I get to rest.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
Yeah. So
You always do sacrifice a lot, don't you? It's always your nice evenings and things like that. You have to kind of. I say sacrifice, but it's always nice, going out
yeah.
and playing. It's always a nice time. We get to meet
But
people we
it's a
never would have
commitment,
met.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a commitment. In a band as well, which I preferred, you're kind of protected by your camaraderie with your mates. So people are less likely to come up and say, "Yeah, you do this, you do that, play this, play that." But when you're a solo artist, mate, every man and his dog knows better than you. That they all got this, they're 2 pence worth here,
Yeah.
and it can tire you out a little bit. But once, if you're getting well paid like I was, you kind of don't mind. You
Yeah.
put up with it.
Yeah.
And the bands, which did make money, they were kind of something there was like extra to me. It was like something that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
And the solo ones was really where the money was at.
Yeah.
Because you get to, yeah.
You have to play Wonderwall. How many times have you played Wonderwall?
Wonderful every time, man. Every time. I've even had people come up to me on multiple occasions. Oh, mate. You know, play Wonderwall. I've just played it, mate.
Yeah.
Well, play it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be crying into your beer, man. Honestly, a little bit. A little bit.
Will you be playing Wonderwall on this Saturday?
No, will I? I was like, even though it's backing tracks at the moment, what I'm doing, I kind of turn my back on acoustic for a number of reasons. I'm getting old and my fingers are hurting now and my knees have gone on me a little bit. So, I mean, I'm in my late 50s. So I always had a passion for lead guitar and electric guitar, which I never lost. I started a techno band in England and a techno rock band, and I was in another rock band in England. So I did another techno band, and we used to do parties, illegal parties in the woods in Portugal.
Yeah.
You could do it back then, the 2002, 3
Yeah.
area. And I'll be playing over stuff that we've written on computer, and I'll be playing sort of massive. So I've never left it. It's just now I kind of refuse to do anything else, really, because I'm retired. I'm sort of semi-retired, and I really that my highlight of my gigging year last year was playing for you guys.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was good. It was very nice.
It was a great show as well. You guys ripped it up, man.
Yeah. We plan to again this weekend.
I hope so.
So you better be playing Wonderwall at least 3 times to.
Well, yeah, if any one of you bastards call for Wonderwall, I'm going to top myself.
Anytime there's a second of silence, so you.
Wonderwall.
Absolutely.
I can't complain because it afforded me quite a posh life down there, and even though now I'm not a rich man, never have been, and I don't want to be.
Yeah.
But I did have a nice life. I'd like a lovely daughter. She's 25 now. I mean, one of my ex-mistresses, married her in the end. She was like 30 when I met her. I was like 42, yeah. 30-year-old man. You know what I mean? So, but it, that kind of, I don't mean to be misogynistic at all, but it's that kind of lifestyle does attract younger women.
Yeah.
I'm really not a misogynist. I'm not a racist, misogynist. I hate all that stuff. I'm a typical tree-hugging liberal, man. I really am. But it's true. And I had like a trophy wife, house at the pool,
Yeah.
all the trimmings.
Right.
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. It was nice.
It was nice. That's great. And what was it which made you pick up the guitar in the first place?
Actually, that's there was an older friend. He was 19, and I must be 14. And if I was telling you the real story, I'm not sure I should really say the truth. We had common interests.
Yeah.
Okay, right, and basically he let me use 12-string guitar, and if you know what you're doing, which you do on your guitar, you know that is a nightmare. That's like train tracks on your fingers as a 13, 14-year-old. And I just got into it, but I just really love playing guitar. And I'm not sure if you believe in reincarnation or anything, but I ended up with like, I don't know, 40 songs within a year, and I was playing proficiently within a year, like I'd always played.
Yeah.
So from then on, I just kept it up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good way to go. That's the way to start. And were you always wanted to be, a singer as well, or was it just you just wanted to
Yeah,
stand up?
Irish.
Yeah, always
I,
singing.
I, they all singing, all
Yeah,
fighting. Yeah, I mean, my dad was a brilliant vocalist. God rest his soul. He was in an Irish band back in the 70s, and he had a wonderful voice. I mean, wonderful, operatic almost. Very thin but strong. Very fine. Sorry, but
yeah,
but strong and very high octaves. He was brilliant. And my mum was we were always singing in the house. Mum was a good singer too, and it just sort of got under my skin,
yeah,
basically. It's as far as I slag sometimes. I slag the job. I used to slag the job off. We all slag our jobs off, right?
yeah, yeah,
Don't we, right? Especially if you're doing it every night of the week. But I wouldn't have done anything else with my life than what I've done.
yeah.
Yeah,
So were you always surrounded by music then? Is that what
yeah.
really got you
No,
into
not
it?
many
Or
musicians in the house apart from singers.
yeah,
But it's just I seem to gravitate to people, musicians, and it just seemed to be a good fit with me from a very early age.
yeah. Fair enough. And were you, you said you're more like metal and rock based. Was that something you came into in your own, or is that friends and
Well,
family?
it's more eclectic than that, actually. To be honest with Callum, as most things are nuanced.
Yeah,
But I remember hearing "Sweet Leaf" by Black Sabbath at the same time I was getting into Sweet Leaf. There's no way I can
yeah,
go around this. I
yeah,
can't get around this. And it changed my life forever. It just that one track
yeah,
changed my whole. And then I got into Hawkwind and really hippie stuff, and then I started hitting loads of festivals as soon as I could get to them. Illegal festivals, whatever, and I've
yeah.
seen Osric Tentacles. And when I saw, I don't know if you must be familiar with Osric Tentacles, maybe. Great festival band. They're well known. They're very prolific. And the guitarist Ed Wynn is one of the best guitarists. He's an unsung hero in the guitar Hall of Fame, if you ask me.
Yeah,
And I remember when I saw him live, even though he blanked me when I met him, I was pissed though, to be honest with you. But I thought I want to do that. That's exactly what I want to do. So not like I've studied this. I don't study things at all. It's just it all comes by ear.
yeah,
But yeah, that's when I thought to myself, that's what I want to do. I want to do. I mean, I had button down jobs. I was on building sites and stuff.
yeah,
And by when I was 29, 28, 29, that was it. I locked my door one day, sold up, and just hit the road, man. So I'm just going to do music. Otherwise, I'd be like punching a clock for the
yeah.
rest of my life.
Is that
So
is
I
that
just took,
what made you move that then? Just doing the daily grind kind of thing, where you just sick of
well,
it
yeah,
and
it's just like, you get to just before 30. I mean, I'm 56 now, going on 57. So
yeah,
just before 30, it occurred to me that, this is the dream is not, look, it's not going to happen.
yeah,
I knew it wasn't going to happen. I mean, we had a supposed record contract going in Scotland, and the guy was a shyster, and then another thing, that wasn't going to happen. So I thought, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to treat it like a job. I'm not going to look for fame, not look for anything.
yeah,
Just got to get out of here. Northampton it was at the time, which is Midlands,
yeah,
and I just sort of like just got through caution to the wind is the best way to put it, and see where the chips fell. Because of what I mean, I had all the equipment, I had some nice studio stuff, and I was just falling into substances and drinking, and it wasn't nothing. It wasn't going to move forward unless I
yeah,
took this brave decision just to leave England
yeah.
and go hungry for a while to find out what it's actually like
Which
to
is
be
quite
a
brave
beggar.
though. Like, had you been to Portugal previously, or was it just did you just throw
No,
dart on
no,
the
I just
map?
got it. No, I wasn't even going to Portugal. I was
Was
just
it?
leaving.
Yeah,
I was just going. It wasn't. My friends, I've got some lovely Hell's Angel mates of mine,
yeah,
and they bet me a fiver I'd be back. I've got the fiver
yeah,
still to this day. Because they were driving me to Luton Airport, and they said, "Well, where are you going to go there?" I said, "Oh, Amsterdam, because I've been there a few times."
yeah,
And the Mrs. Dragon's going, "You'll be back in 3 weeks, you little twat. What's wrong with you?" I said, "No, I won't. No, I won't. I'll bet you fiver." And about 4 years later, when they visited me, there's me, my family, my house, dogs, settled.
yeah.
And when I met them at the airport, I said, "Fiver, please, thank you." and it was nice because it spurred me on.
Yeah.
And because I spent every penny in Amsterdam, every penny within a week or so, and then just got a bus down to Marseille, and that was it, mate. You're on your own, kid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
So, did you always prefer doing covers, or would you prefer doing originals? Have you kind of shifted around? Have you done too many covers and now you want to do originals, or do you still locked in on doing covers?
That is a very pertinent question, actually. I I don't think I don't think I'm bothered either way actually at the moment. As long as it's not me entertaining 60 drunk football fanatics,
Yeah.
or put in the spot with say like 2 hen parties and rubber dolls and
Yeah.
you with me? It's hard to well, it's not hard to explain at all. It's just that I don't see where um, I could impress anyone with my own songs. They're old, and I have written a few. I've got them, I've got some online. You can check them out. I've got videos I made and stuff and whatnot. But I'd rather sort of like just at the moment now, just do what I'm doing now, just playing scales, playing guitar, stuff like that. Because I don't follow any pattern, Callaghan. So it's different every time. So I get a different experience out of the guitar every time I play it. Apart from the set chords and things and a couple of licks that you got to put in. But mostly it's all improvised. So I kind of really enjoyed the spontaneity of it.
Yeah.
Rather than the set songs that if it's mine or cover, it's something I just I'm not against it. It's just I'd rather just wing it and
just
have a few
do what you
beers.
want. Yeah. And have some fun. It's always at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun, isn't it? Really, and everyone else.
Yeah,
that's
it. I mean, going to a jam and stuff. I mean, I'll bring my electric guitar and I'll just jam along with people, or to a backing track. It's just I get more satisfaction out of that than I ever did with acoustic and covers. And I had some great, beautiful gigs, brilliant, all paid and.
Yeah.
And I also used to do in Madeira, which is these out islands close to the Canaries, which is Portuguese territory.
Yeah.
It's autonomous area. And I went there 2018 to get away from that rat race. I was just talking about the Sweet Caroline. And I used to do like evenings with. So I'll be a couple of songs and I'll be speaking with them. And then next thing you got a crowd going. But it was because they're more, they're not so rowdy, the crowds in Madeira. And also it's an all year round place. So there's no bursts of high seas and low seas. And it is, but it's mild.
Yeah.
And I'll just be making inappropriate comments and jokes in between really serious songs, and having little stories and talking to people. I think it's just me getting. It's just my age, isn't it?
Might be. Yeah,
I think it is. It is. It's kind of like I mean, I'm constantly getting asked to go back to Madeira, and it's good money. But unfortunately, last time I was there, I developed RSI in my hand from finger picking.
Yeah.
Songs like Hallelujah and Will You and even Angels by Robbie Williams and these things, because it's what they want. I mean, if someone's going to leave me a 20-euro tip, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to play the song to the best of my ability. So it's mercenary, but mercenary, but it's the truth. Basically, I was a musical whore.
But very experienced.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I was amongst the best. I was.
What would you say is the hardest thing about being a musician?
Full time.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a lonely life. It's well, if you're in a band and stuff, you got it's a ball ache because it's a long day and it's a long day. And sometimes, I mean, you guys are going career orientated, which is completely different. Yeah. I wasn't doing that. I was going just make a living, get some money in the bank, so different mindsets there. Yeah. And the difficult thing is just turning up every night. I mean, you get a lot of tropical, things going on with your stomach down there. And because of my work ethos, I'd turn up anyway, even if I was dying sick.
Yeah.
So that was like, and you just have to go through it on your own, and you always have to put on the hey.
Yeah.
I used to liken myself to Krusty the Clown. Yeah, hey kids. I mean, you could come in getting divorced or burying a relative or whatever, and you ain't got your mates there. It's that was a lonely thing, and you had to be like always upbeat and always that was about the only downer really.
Yeah, that's
I
something,
think.
you know, we a lot of people say when we have like solo artists and bands on this, I never realize how much you rely on the other band
You do.
members and how much you all do like together. And obviously there's still this push and pull where certain members, you know, like Simon does a lot more work than any of us, even all put together. You know, it is very much like his kind of band.
He does a lot of teamwork.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it is very much, you know, him and just him basically. And we, you know, we've got our little bits we add in a lot, and it.
But the thing is, Callaghan, if I may interject here, you need a character like that. And when I was in bands, I was that character.
Yeah.
I was the one making sure the petrol money was paid and the gigs. I was the one organising the gigs, and I mean, I've got some really amazing rock and roll stories over this. I organised a gig at the Marina of Lagos. You know, most of these places are posh. You know,
yeah.
And I brought this rock band, and the guitarist was Angolan, white Angolan, African. The bass player was from Mozambique. Now these guys, they don't have watches, man. They got no sense of time. And so corralling those guys was like literally corralling bloody cats with me. It was so, but you had to have a character like me. I mean, not that I wasn't bossy, but I was, you know, really on this point. I was always on time, always on. And there was one time that the Angolan guitarist on the first break went, I thought was for a 15-minute break, and he just disappears. So we get back on. Halfway through the next set, he comes in cartoonishly, walking like this, you know, picks his guitar, and I said, after I said, "Where did you go, Michelle?" "Oh, I went home for dinner." What? I said, "There's a Pizza Hut next door." So there was a lot of that could be, but you need someone to like Simon to be a sort of driving a focal point.
Yeah, absolutely. He helps a lot. More than we could. I think, without, even when he has like a week off or whatever, all of a sudden you can tell when he's gone on holiday or something, so all the socials just drop off like drop off a writ. Like we try and keep up, but it's just like we always forget something in the socials. Like he's always like, "Oh, you make sure you got the hashtags on, make sure you posted it on."
Oh yeah, exactly.
These details, like all these other sites, we always forget something, and it's just, you know, something which.
Very luckily, my last the woman I married, Katia, was amazing like this. She didn't speak any English, but she was brilliant technically.
Yeah.
So I could also lean on her to help with the promos and stuff. And I started this organisation called Blue Nose Baboon. It started as a joke, man, over dinner. Yeah. And I got it in my head to make a website, and she made the website, and there was all sorts of spin-offs from it. And I got this radio show out of it. And then it went international, went syndicated. This is why I can get you on radio in Australia.
Yeah.
So, and then ended up a whole pool of independent music, a whole pool from people sending in from all over the world, mate. So I made loads of contacts for that 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Whatever, but it was down to her attention to detail, and mine also. So with two compatible partners, really detail orientated, things that wouldn't get forgotten. You wouldn't leave this, you wouldn't leave that, and that's why that worked. And after the divorce, it kind of fell apart. So. It
was unfortunate.
And she took my dogs, man.
And now she's got to play Wonderwall.
No, she hated that song too. I think that's why I loved her. I think that's why I married her.
Yeah. Learning what you've learned now, is there something you wish you were told when you were starting out? You know, if you could go back and tell yourself.
It's why I out of necessity, I started teaching. It's a lot. It's a bit of a walk, but yeah. And the advice I'd give to my students was like, just look at it like a job, and if anything comes of it, you know, be grounded. The first time I hit any sort of serious kind of money, it did go to my head a little bit, and there was a slight arrogance which I do not like in my personality whatsoever, and other things crept in. You know what comes with success, you know, a little bit of success. You spend money on things that maybe can not make you the nicest a person as a, you know, so I'd say like avoid the candy and treat it like a regular job.
Yeah.
And respect it just as much as you go into a warehouse. You wouldn't go to a warehouse drunk. Hang on, Matt, I'm doing an interview, Matt. But you would say you wouldn't go to. It's all right to live the rock style ideal, and I have done, believe me. But you wouldn't catch me stoned on stage. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be. It's a job. It's. But I wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
I had to learn that from experience.
We were always like that, but we don't get. We normally the parties afterwards, not the whole.
That's
not
perfect.
The whole time.
That's I've sacked people. Look, this is the truth. I swear this is the truth. Now jog my memory. I sacked the best man of my wedding for turning up too stoned to play djembe on the spot, and he still turned up with the ring. So come on, man, we're still friends.
Yeah.
But you understood. So don't turn up saying cat when you can't keep the beat, man.
Yeah.
So I was quite a strict bandmaster, if you like, and in my own self, you'd have to be at your best every day. I mean, a mate of mine here always laughs at me when I say it's like a little bit like being an athlete. You've got to really be on the point.
Yeah.
You know. And then, I mean, after you do what you want, basically.
Maybe just the one beer beforehand, just to get going.
The one beer.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. But that's another thing. I do. Yes, I have always drunk before gigs, but in Portugal, it's kind of it's accepted wine and stuff. You get free drinks. You ask kissed actually, free food and stuff like that. Yeah. But as long as you're capable and not slurring your words or to out your head, so I'm not that much of an a-hole. It's just I didn't like when they turned up too stoned or other things as well, was incapacitated by it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just let things slide. That's not because I like a drink myself.
Yeah.
But it has to be a point where you think this is a job. This is, you know, I wouldn't pay me if I was shit. You know, come on. Yeah. That's why I would like someone told if they take this one side, think, yeah, it's not rock and roll, mate. It is rock and roll, but it's a job. You know, come on. Take it seriously. It's paying the rent.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the time. And there's always that you want to be the rock star on stage, but sometimes just being it off stage. No one's that chummy and friends with Axl Rose now, and that is it because he's always just a dickhead off stage.
Exactly.
And probably, I suppose he gets away with it because he is just Axl Rose, isn't he? but a lot of people aren't Axl Rose, and a lot of people don't get away with it, and you never get invited back to things if you're an absolute.
That's the simple truth of it. That's the simple truth of it, especially if you're living on it. I mean, what defines? What defines my truth, if you want to use that kind of language, is the fact that I was paying mortgage and I was raising a child, and even after we separated, being like the mother of my daughter, it's not the one I married. I've got a whole litany of ex-mistresses in Portugal, man. We've got a collection of them. But even after the divorce, you had to keep together. I had to pay child support, and I had to pay my own partner and my own life and whatnot. And it's got this serious edge to it that you can't ignore. That's
how it is. So you kind of.
But that doesn't mean though that you haven't seen me hanging out at 4 a.m, absolutely toasted. That doesn't mean that.
Yeah. So you kind of got around the music industry in that kind of way and kind of made it your own kind of thing, which is quite nice, isn't it?
Exactly. All my own promotion, all my own recordings, licensing, which Katia was really good at. So we had like the Blue Nice Balloon thing was all like copywritten, and it was all done with an attempt at professionality. So I did take it seriously, and this is all but I think without letting it totally wash over me and go to my head, it was a bit of a balancing act, to be honest with you. As I said, back in 2005, 2006, when the money started coming rolling in, it went to my head for a couple of years. It did. And I was like, oh, look at me on the man. I was like in my early 30s. And I think that's what I would tell my younger self. Come on, man, you're just a bloody news aid. It's a job, shut up, chill. Once I realised, once I got that in my head, I did better financially. Yeah, I did quite well actually.
Yeah, lots of time the money will come when if you're trying hard, and a lot of people can see that it's you. You know, there's a lot of people who you can kind of see past. You know, it's like always kind of putting it all on, and it's not. You know, it's easy to flesh out the people who are kind of like bullshitting their way up and that, isn't it? And you can, and a lot of people want to invest in people who are original, like you said earlier with your when you were selling like EPs and that. Like a lot of time people, you know, just want to buy something just to support,
Yeah,
someone, even if it is, some,
yeah.
little demo
I mean,
disc or anything.
I had like 3 or 4 burners, CDC burners, from my 8 track to my computer.
Yeah.
And I just made my own CDs, my own covers and stuff.
Yeah.
This is where my ex-wife was brilliant. She designed the covers and put on body printing for the CDs and stuff. And people would give you what, £10, €20 for a CD as a memento. It was something to take away. So yeah, but I never once thought to myself, "Hey, look at me." I'm not sure how to put it into words. It's just I don't want to be a shithead.
Yeah. We didn't let it get to your head, and you know.
Yeah, as I said, I did when I was younger. It didn't last long, Callum.
Yeah.
It was just about a year and a half, couple of years. I thought, hang on, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll come back down to earth.
Yeah.
And
well, you go and visit your Irish family. They soon pull you back down to earth, mate. I tell you now. Rockstar, look at the big fat ass in you.
Do you have any? What would you say your most expensive lesson music has taught you? Have you ever, had a big roll mess up or anything? Or
very few, luckily. Very few. A couple of funny ones, but not mess ups. But there's been some occasions, but I've kind of been lucky where I've not really effed up in any particular way too badly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember one time I was in front of all these Germans, and this is when I was like just sort of starting to make decent money. I was in this posh hotel, and there was like about 100 Germans, and these guys will listen. They won't talk over you, man. They'll sit and listen to you, every word. And my German's not so good. However, they speak English. And I said this. I wanted to do "Let It Be" by the Beatles, right?
Yeah.
And I preempted it by saying, "This is the most famous song in history." I started doing the chords and promptly forgot the lyrics. I'm going round and round on the chords. It'll come, and all of a sudden, this little old lady, she's got up as to go to the toilet. And as she's passed me, she went, "When I find myself in times of trouble." Oh, that was a close one.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no, I'm not really. I've been quite lucky like that.
It was quite good, I suppose.
Yeah.
I always find I never realised how expensive music gear is. Like when you go to buy.
Oh, if you mean that this way,
Well,
I've also been very lucky.
It depends what.
I've blown a few speakers and stuff. I've been very lucky with this as well, actually. I've lost kit and found it. I've had there'd be some bizarre moments when the guitar's gone missing and it's just turned up somewhere. But no, I've been very lucky actually, Callum. I had an easy ride on that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah. Again, it depends on your definition of expensive, whether it's actual money or whether it's investment or time. Gone and done it. A lot.
I was thinking more reputational. You see, that's where I was going with that. But as I said, I've been very lucky. I just stuck to a few guidelines. Like for example, like when you're packing your stuff, put it all in one place.
Yeah.
Sort of pack up as soon as you can. Get out if you can. Don't party too much in the place you just played at. Little rules, that I used to have, which kind of headed off me losing kit. Or I mean, a mate of mine in Madeira is a brilliant musician, one of the top musicians in Madeira, Nathan Fulgaver, and he got off his head one night, lost everything, bags of pedals and his guitars. No idea what happened last night. Yes, he's like 20 years younger than me. And the only bit of advice I said, well, you should have put all that, put it behind, and then gone off on the chair. You know what I mean?
We never think about that when you're in the moment.
You don't, no. Sometimes you don't. But I had these, as I said, set rules.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stuck to them, and basically it's been I've been quite lucky actually.
to hear. Good to hear. So, right, I've taken away some of your evenings, so we'll try and wrap it up around this
Yeah, man.
time because we'll get back and then you can get on doing your set and everything. But I did ask you a question beforehand. The only question I asked you beforehand, what does music mean to you?
My jokey answer was what I said earlier,
Yeah.
basically.
We can start with that one. We can start with that one if you want.
What was it? Was it sex, money, and cool girls?
Yeah.
And drugs. But it afforded me a life in the sun, man. It afforded me basically a very, 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 very busy holiday that lasted 25 years. It was busy though. And also as well, you get the odd winter off as well if you've had a really good summer.
Yeah.
In the Algarve closes down from November. So you get these 5-month periods. So I was able to raise my daughter. I had all the time in the world for her because of course I'd be working nighttime in the summer. And then in the winter I'd be there constantly.
Yeah.
We had everything we needed. So it afforded me a very, very high quality of a lifestyle in a foreign country. Allowed me to learn the language, become part of the system. I mean, I'm a citizen in Portugal.
Yeah.
So this Brexit nonsense doesn't affect me. I can go I can go as long as I want.
Yeah.
Got ID cards and all that stuff. And it's all because of busking. Or that's basically because I left busking. Now I've got a second language, a foreign bank account, foreign lifestyle out there. I can go anytime I want. I could at the snap of a finger, I can get gigs in another country.
Yeah.
That would never have happened if I hadn't have had music in my life. I would. It gave me a lot of freedom. That's the best one. It opened a lot of doors.
Yeah, which is quite nice. Which is a great answer.
I hope it was because that's the truth. Though it's kind of like, I remember being on the beach so many times with my daughter, thinking, "Shit, man, I've got a gig tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I had a lovely afternoon.
Yeah.
Have me dinner. And go. And I remember pinching myself, thinking, I'm really, really lucky. No matter how pissed off I got, because it's nightly gigs, McCallum. It's not like it's every night, man. Sometimes you do an afternoon gig, then go on to an evening gig, man. It's a real marathon.
Yeah.
But it was, as I said, it gave me lots of time, spare time with my daughter and stuff, and a very, very good, and lots of great memories, and lots of great friends in Portugal and Madeira. So,
that's quite nice. How did it compare? Doing the work as a musician and doing the labourer work and stuff you were doing over here. Was it just night and day difference?
I hated every moment. I was a frustrated music on building site. I come from a building site family.
Yeah.
So I was expected to go 16. They threw me on a building site. Yeah. And I was a frustrated musician on a building site. Yeah. So I never ever I put up with it.
Yeah.
And I never had that experience in music. Also, another thing as well is I wouldn't take any shit from anyone because I took so much in normal jobs. And when I was a self-employed musician, I wouldn't take any shit from anybody. Yeah. Anybody. This sounds arrogant, but it's necessary. If you get treated badly, just unplug, man.
Yeah.
Just unplug, man. Drop the cable. And they might say, you can't do that. Yeah, what's me like? Yeah. It is a little arrogant, but it's kind of making a line in the sand.
Yeah.
And you'll find yourself being treated with respect everywhere you go. It's kind of like this. He's a lovely guy. He's a great musician, but don't upset him. That's the kind of principle you want to put down. And I just sort of enjoyed being in control of my own fate, my own conditions and stuff, and be my own boss, basically.
Yeah. That's good. Well, it was lovely talking to you.
Oh man, pleasure, man.
It's a good way to end it. Yeah. So I'll wrap up the show. We'll be seeing you on Saturday. Unless you have anything else to add.
No. Let me know details. I'll be down there. And Andy, my mate's doing the sound for you. Yeah. Andy Young.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll sort it all out with him, and I'll be there. Even with me abscess. Yeah. Hey man. Hey, Callum. I hope it doesn't swell up, man. I hope it doesn't swell up. But I'll be there no matter what happens, even if I have to croak through the set. All right.
That's all right then. Amazing. Can't wait to see it. We can't wait to see everyone else down on Saturday at the Sandpiper. We always love it down there. It's
Good bunch, mate.
It
Kev's
is-
lovely.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing down there. So, thank you for coming in, Kai. See you on Saturday. Thank you everyone at home for watching. Thank you everyone in the future for watching because this stays up on
Regional
YouTube.
1.
Regional 1. X Kai forever. See you all later. Have a good
Okay,
evening.
guys. Bye. Thank